Hello, hello, and welcome back as we start with a clean slate in our shuffle mode play of Perfidious Pete Runs the Long Dark. And if you're curious why we're restarting after 3 episodes, well, I'll give you the skinny here. As of the day I'm recording this, Hinterland Studios pushed a very large content update to the Long Dark, which of course is still in alpha. And unfortunately, that content update borked my save game harder than the Swedish chef. Pretty much everything we had gathered to date is gone. All of our delicious caches and cabinets full of goodies are now simply unsearched cabinets full of mostly newspaper and mouse droppings. But, this is to be expected. This is one of the sort of complications of doing a run through an alpha build, but random number generator says the Long Dark was the game we played, so this is the one we picked. But really, it's let's look at it not as progress lost, but as an opportunity, because the new update actually did add a lot of exciting new content, and this will give us an opportunity to sort of explore that new content together with a fresh set of eyes. So let's just launch a new run here. We'll go into sandbox mode. We're still going to play on Voyager. Same difficulty level. We had some good luck early in our last run, of course, and then some unfortunate encounters with the local predators. I honestly feel that Stalker is probably well beyond my skill set, while Pilgrim doesn't really seem like much of a challenge since wildlife won't even attack us. So we'll go with Voyager again, that's fine. And we'll be our same female. We had very good luck with that. One thing they did add, interestingly enough, supposedly all of these regions now are linked. While you can't start in Pleasant Valley, supposedly you can wander now from map to map. So you could go start in Coastal Highway, which is where we're going to start. We started there last time. Seems appropriate that we should start there again. But theoretically, you can wander now from Coastal Highway onto the Mystery Lake map, and then also, I think, into Pleasant Valley as well. So that should be interesting, give us a much wider range of potential scavenging. So let's get started with our new run here on Coastal Highway. A mysterious geomagnetic storm has brought your plane crashing down into the northern Canadian wilderness. How long can you survive? Well, about 2 days till you borked my save is how long I survived. I don't know if that counts or not. The foraging for food and water, the struggle for life in a world without masters, housed in a body that man had made dependent on himself. From Richard Matheson's I Am Legend, which, I'd like to point out, is a fantastic work of art. If you have not read I Am Legend, I heartily recommend it. So we appear to be at the Misanthrope's house. We're right in the middle of the lake. Okay, well, this is probably not as overall a good start as we had last time, but there's certainly nothing wrong with it. There's definitely a house over there, right? Yeah. Okay, so both of these islands did have a house. This probably would have been one of the locations that we would have scouted or scavenged on this episode anyway. So keep an eye out for some of that old man's treebeard moss. We saw some of that last time. There's some right there. So we're coming in actually at the start of this run with a little more familiarity than we had last time, which I suppose, all things considered, bodes a little bit better for our potential start. So we'll harvest what moss we can. One of the things we want to keep a lookout for, there are now saplings located in certain areas in the game which you can use to make bows and arrows. Bow hunting is something that they've added in. As you can see, they also added crouch walking and crouch crawling so that you can sneak up and get much closer to wildlife before you startle them away. Jackrabbit Island seems like a fantastic place to perhaps look for rabbits, so we'll be doing that. A lot of rabbits over here, actually. This might be an even better place for us to sort of set up shop. It does seem to be a little safer. If there is a fireplace in this house, we might make this island our permanent base. I'm not really seeing anything else in the out of doors for us to scavenge. Looks like we're kind of a basic run. Any more old man's moss or perhaps any of those? Oh, are those saplings? Those look unfamiliar. Let's go take a look. Feel a little like Jacques Cousteau. Are these saplings for us to find? We will dive into the deep and search to see what holds in the mysterious darkness beneath the waves. It's actually nothing at all. It's just some snow reflecting off of rocks, strangely. Actually, is it? Or is that just a busted tree? It's just a broken part of a tree. There's some old man's moss on it, though, so we'll go grab that real quick. On the plus side, we do seem to be starting out on a fairly nice day. I mean, it's kind of balmy out. Didn't actually look at the weather, but how cold is it? It's actually not that cold. We're really cold because we have shitty clothing on. We were much, much warmer in our previous incarnations, of course, because we had considerably better outlay of accoutrement. On the plus side, though, we can really get a good look. All right, so there's some kind of structure over there. I have no idea what that is. That might be some kind of dock, maybe, and it looks like maybe there's several buildings scattered as well. We've got a few of those huts. We can scavenge those. These are the mysterious pillars we spotted from very far away. I'm not sure what those are. There appears to be a big pile of something just kind of floating in the water. Well, that merits additional investigation, but first I think we definitely need to get in this house because we're getting pretty cold. It's not a particularly cold day out, yet we are freezing because our clothing situation is less than stellar. So let's get inside, see if there's maybe a fireplace in here. In we go. What lurks in a mysterious mansion? Will we find another man who killed himself by drinking lantern fuel? Probably. If history has taught us anything, it's that lantern fuel is the preferred drink of this neighborhood. Oh, well, this guy had a family, look. He probably didn't drink lantern fuel. A family man? Come on, he's going to be better than that. Or maybe, you know, his kids drank kerosene too. Who the hell knows? They could have been fucking lunatics. What is on our shelf, though, is some fine newsprint. So we've got newsprint and a book. We could use that to start an emergency fire if we need to. I didn't look at my starting supplies, which are random now, by the way. Looks like our medical supplies are effectively the same. Our clothing is terrible. We don't even have a fucking coat. We have a sweater. That's it. We did start with a can of pork and beans and some water. We have one flare, 12 matches, and a bedroll. We started with a log, however. Okay, so we can start a legitimate fire if we need to. Wow, our clothing situation is bad. No wonder we were freezing our asses off. We don't really have any kind of warm clothes at all. Let's search these cabinets. Pretty sure we're not going to find any warm clothes in here, but we can sack the bedroom if we need to.
Useful.
Some salty crackers. Speaking of salty crackers, me, am I right? Yeah, save game gone. Still a little salty cracker right there. I'll crack your salt. And a dog food. That's fantastic. Don't have a can opener anymore. We used to have two. Now, no can openers. All right, that's enough complaining. I'm gonna try and get off of that. That's enough of that, I think. Is there a can opener? Be a can opener. Nope, it's a granola bar. Well, that's good. That's food we can eat without a can opener. So anything in the microwave? There is. A cold cup of coffee.
End up being useful.
A cold cup of coffee? I'm dubious, lady. I mean, it was a song, of course, Another Cold Cup of Coffee. I think The Clash, perhaps, sang that. But, you know, that song also isn't particularly useful or particularly good, for that matter. Not a huge fan of The Clash. Not sure what a cold cup of coffee is going to do for us other than sort of be bitter and acrid because we don't have any sugar or milk to put in it. I suppose we could go catch a rabbit and try and milk a rabbit and get some creamer in our coffee that way, but honestly, I think I'd rather just drink bitter black coffee. Alright, so not exactly an abundance of food available in this dump either. So Jackrabbit Island is appearing to be not really the giant largesse that we had hoped. We have found a smallmouth bass, a raw smallmouth bass. Okay, I'll take it. That's fine. We can cook that up if we have to. And over here, let's check out the oven. It's empty. Alright, so some clothing then in the bedroom. Radio still doesn't work. No surprise. That's fine. Probably only pick up some crummy country station way out here in the boondocks of Canada. A bandage on the bedstead.
Okay.
Some wool socks, which we'll probably put on, because I have to assume they're better than the shitty socks we currently have. Let's go to straight clothing. Are you better? Actually, no. Our cotton socks are better. Wow. All right, then. Through the dresser. At this point, the ugly, hideous sweater that we sort of ravaged last time, I would kind of be happy to find. Sure, I mean, it's not like there's anybody around to make fun of us for the ridiculous double moose pattern.
For anything.
More cotton socks, not really useful. In the bathroom, we're going to get another delicious, delicious gathering of toilet water. It's a new playthrough, so our addiction to Tidy Bowl Blue has faded somewhat, but, you know, it's never too late to restart an addiction. There's the lantern fuel we knew we would find. I knew this guy was a secret lantern fuel drinker. He was trying to hide it, trying to shield his family from the horribles truth of his addiction, but there you go. That's why it was stored in the bathroom cabinet, of course, trying to conceal it from his family. We thought he was a good, upstanding family man. Turns out he's just a scumbag liar. This is all that we found in this entire house. We didn't search the wardrobe yet. A heavy wool sweater. That could be good. Anything else down here? Anything under the bed, maybe? No. Not really seeing much of anything at all. All right, then. This place is pretty much scavenged out, I think. We did everything in the main room, did we not? This is kind of a small house, actually. This is much smaller than the other house we were in. Yeah, this is fully scavenged. All right, so let's move along then. We'll check out our clothing situation. Anything we can do that's going to be an upgrade, a slight upgrade. So we'll put on some warmer socks. Those jeans are going to be worse. What about this sweater? Much warmer, so let's wear that then. All right, so we've already improved our situation very slightly. We're going to head over to the other house then. We've salvaged pretty much everything there is on Jackrabbit Island. I say we head over to the Misanthrope's house. It's one nearby, and two, last time we were there, quite a good little stash of items that we found. It's over in that direction. We just want to make our way down to the water without falling if we can. There are a ton of rabbits out here. It's good to see the wildlife around, because this means at least we know once we get a chance and can build a snare, we know where to set them. We'll just bring them out to Jackrabbit Island. We can set all the snares out here. I'm going to hit this little hut on the way by. So my guess is then if you wanted to walk to another map, like the Mystery Lake map is maybe out across the ice. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I just wanted to stop and listen. I thought I heard the ice cracking. I'm going to stick to this white ice because it seems like the blue ice is maybe a little less sturdy. The huts always seem to be on this sort of white colored ice, which leads me to suspect it might be more stable intrinsically. So there's some cloth, another newspaper, bottle of water. That's good. Check these drawers really quick. We are quite cold right now, so we want to try and get indoors as quick as we can until we can get our clothing situation kind of sorted out. Nothing, huh? All right. So nothing on the shelves. I have to assume there's nothing in the stove. Nope. All right. So a bit of a bust here. Have to move on then. May make a pit stop over at Lantern Fuel drinking George's house. Of course, we found George self-murdered in the upstairs of his room and a hatchet lying right beside him. Wouldn't mind getting my hands on some tools. We had a pry bar and a hatchet before. I am running, trying to keep my core temperature up a little bit. We are going to stop by this island just to check and see if there's anything useful out here. I don't expect there to be. We do have a raw fish we can eat for dinner if we get too hungry. I don't see anything. It doesn't look like there's any kind of resources here. So it's to the Misanthrope's house then. And once again, of course, we will be avoiding the basement. I don't need to see a bunch of dead, possibly defiled hobo corpses. We don't need to go down the basement and see that. I have to assume that this misanthrope, if he was murdering hobos and stashing them in his basement, I have to assume he defiled their corpses a few times. I mean, at least why else would you keep a basement full of hobos if not to defile their corpses? I can't think of any other reason. Gonna do a quick scout of the island as well, just to look for old man's tree, beard, moss, lichen. I'm still not sure what that is for. I mean, it makes a wound poultice of some variety. It's not exactly sure how useful that's going to be, but... Back to the Misanthrope's homestead. More old man's beard. On the plus side, we are finding more old man's beard than we had previously. There's a lot of this stuff. We could have put it on our gangrenous wolf-gnawed arm previously, but we won't need to do that now because our arm is gnaw-free. Looks like there's some more moss over there. I'm really going out of my way to gather all the moss, which seems foolish. I mean, I could just stand still. I'm not going to be a rolling stone. I mean, rolling stone, of course, gathers no moss, but if we just hold still, just natural circumstance that... What are those birds doing? That's a behavior I've not seen before. Is there something dead out there? I bet there's a dead animal. I'm curious. This is me just indulging my curiosity. I want to see if there's like a dead deer out there. I bet there's a dead deer. Not that we can do anything with it. We don't have any tools to harvest the meat. Nope, it's a dead guy. What are you? Bird feather.
This'll come in handy.
Oh, you know what? I bet that's what crow feathers are for. I bet they're for fletching arrows. Also, hello, dead guy. Don't mind me rifling through your... Well, you didn't have anything. I guess the crows picked you clean already, huh? Is there a boat over here? A boat. That's it. Well, I'm kind of glad we came out here. We did discover one of the new mechanics for the bow hunting thing. If you find a flock of crows, you look underneath them on the ground, and you have the chance to find crow feathers. He's in pretty good shape for a corpse that's been left out and staked for the crows. Seems like he's still okay. I mean, he's not completely ravaged. Hey, crows, you want to drop some more feathers for me? It doesn't look like it. That's fine. We can probably find crows at a later date. Let's get inside. We're getting real cold. It's actually 15 degrees Fahrenheit here, and we're still not doing well. Our clothing is in rough shape. We're looking a little like a, well, let's just say if we were to go to Milan for a nice festival, we would be laughed off of the runway by Naomi Campbell and her ilk. I mean, sure, we've got no calories in our body, so we've got that heroin chic look that models are constantly in pursuit of. I mean, we got that shit in spades, but our attire is definitely going to be substandard for the affair. Let's get inside. We need some good loot here. We really need a good haul in this house. We need Mr. Misanthrope to have well-stocked larder that we can take advantage of. Antiseptic. More lantern fuel. I'm telling you, the lantern fuel addiction in these parts is nothing short of crippling. The government really probably should have stepped in to intervene. This is a whole area of the country where lantern fuel addiction is a very serious problem. It's epidemic here, folks. It's epidemic. Yeah, tomato soup in a newspaper. Check this cabinet.
I don't know. Could end up being useful.
I am kind of dubious of that, lady. I mean, we found a number of pair of cotton socks, and odds are strong we're just going to tear them apart and make them into different socks. Which, you know what, never mind. I suppose that is a use of sorts. Anything? Can of dog food? Can of dog food. Would love to find a can opener so that if we need to eat that dog food, we'll have access. Cup of herbal tea that's cold. That's fine. First time we've ever found anything in a microwave. Got a can of sardines for our trouble. Still no can openers. Condensed milk is huge calories if we can find a fucking can opener. And once again, the can opener proves to be the Robert Denby of our playthrough. Those things are elusive as shit. They do not want to be found. Can openers are stealthier than a fucking ninja, I'm telling you. Give them a tiny little sword, dress them in black. They could be the perfect assassin. Just go, go to some high state function you wanted to take out. Say, oh, I don't know, Vladimir Putin. Guy's basically a criminal mastermind. He's a supervillain of real world order. But I think a can opener from the long dark probably got a pretty chance of taking him out. I mean, if you give him a weapon, turn him loose. He's invisible to all countermeasures. Nothing. Nope. No can openers. All right. So we'll keep searching our cabinets. I think this is actually where we found a can opener last time. We're here in the can opener's native habitat, searching the tundra, looking for the can opener, but our finds remain elusive. The can opener is a wily beast, not to be easily had, a true fine trophy for the greatest of hunters. If you can come across the wily can opener, you can do anything, mate. A man who can catch a fly with a chopstick is nothing to a man who can get his hands around a can opener. And that's, of course, the basement full of dead hobos, which we will be avoiding like the bubonic plague. Are we encumbered? We cannot be encumbered. Nope. Okay. I was going to say, we haven't found hardly anything. How could we possibly be encumbered? Shelves looking remarkably empty. You a box of matches? Nope. Very empty. Man, this is a ghost town.
I'll take it.
Wool socks. Probably going to wind up wearing those. I have to assume they'll be better than the sort of cotton jobs we have on right now. Accelerant. Apparently that guy was spiking his lantern fuel. He was spiking his kerosene with kerosene. What is the problem? These people and their lantern fuel drinking. Unbelievable. Rifle through these drawers. Thin wool sweater. But nothing else. It seems like maybe the loot generation might have been turned down a little bit. They may have made the game a little more difficult. Basic wool hat. I'd really like to find a toque. We had like 12 of them by this point last time. Now there's one. Ask and ye shall receive. The toque gods are kind. Then again, we are in Canada, the natural habitat of the toque as well. While it is not hospitable to can openers, definitely hospitable to the toque. Also, I got to say, what toilet here has 0.49 gallons of water in it? And also, a lot of grape soda in the bathroom. That's the second time we found a can of soda in the bathroom. That seems like an odd place to store your soda. But who am I to judge? Back to my previous point, though. What kind of toilet has 0.49 gallons in it? I mean, sort of the standard for the regular garden variety toilet is 1.6 gallons per flush. Little plumbing knowledge at you there, yeah. You didn't know that I knew how many gallons of water were in your average toilet flush, but oh, trust me, I know. I can't help but feel that we're getting a little bit cheated on the per flush meter there. There should be 1.6 gallons of water in the cistern of that toilet. Now, we could be drinking out of the bowl. Make a valid case. Maybe we're just taking it out of the bowl, but I don't know. We do like the Tidy Bowl Blue. You know what? That's probably what we're doing. We're so in love with Tidy Bowl Blue, we're actually disdaining the Tidy Bowl Blue free, clean, potable water out of the cistern of the toilet in favor of the Tidy Bowl Blue flavored water that is in the bowl. Also, the Misanthrope's house was not particularly kind to us. We did not get an abundance of supplies there. We're going to have to continue our foraging. We're going to have to keep going on. We got 5 hours of daylight left. Again, I really don't want to be outside during the nighttime hours. I have to assume we're going to be getting gnawed on by wild animals. We do have a bit of a window, something they added also in the new content update. There are between 12 and 36 hours. You have between 12 and 36 hours of sort of peaceful wildlife. The wildlife won't mess with you for that first little interval. So you've got some time to kind of build up a cache of supplies, get yourself situated and sorted. Basically, get yourself in a position where if a wolf attacks you, you might be able to fight the son of a bitch off. And we're going to try and capitalize on that. As you can see, no major predators here, just bunny rabbits. So while we might encounter Bugs Bunny, who of course will be wearing a wig and lipstick, and I for one am looking forward to that. Always a little attracted to girl bugs. But while we may find that, we're not likely to find any wolves. No mean doggies, at least for the immediate future. There's also not shit in any of these huts. Cans of dog food and no way to get at them. Water everywhere and not a drop to drink. Alright. Why? Am I crouched? No. Why am I moving so slow? Am I suddenly encumbered? No. I guess I move slower when I'm tired? This is sprinting right here. Not crouched. I don't know, I guess I must have hit some kind of like critical encumbrance limit. Alright then. Again, that may be a new mechanic that they've added. As you approach your encumbrance limit, you may just walk slower. We're going to head for this house and probably set up shop there at the rate we're going. Keeping an eye out for crows. I don't see any. We'll just continue our steady march across the ice. Listening for the cracks. If I'm being quiet, it's because I'm actually listening very closely to the ice for any signs of cracking. I do not want to fall in. That patch looks a little thin. I'm going to go around. Trying to avoid the lighter blue areas and stick to the deeper whites. I can't remember whether this house was particularly good to us last time or not, but it should be by Traveler's Lament, which was the dead end we found last time. What is this over here? Two little unusual white hummocks. We'll investigate. Watch as we trek across the plains to investigate the unusual snow formations. I have no idea what those are. More bunny rabbits. Bunny rabbits are it's just ice. It's just slabs of ice. Okay. Who would have thought that the big white things lying on the ground would have been slabs of ice? Maybe we were walking slow because we seem to have speeded up now. Or sped up, rather. Maybe we were walking slow because the ice was like thin or treacherous there. We're going to keep an eye out for these reishi mushrooms. I believe we harvested them last time as well. Nice to know at least some things don't change. We found this exact same number of mushrooms on our previous playthrough, I think in the exact same spot. These two houses. Yep. Alright, so let's loot this one, and then that one should have a fireplace, so we'll do it last in case we need to set up shop. So in we go here. I hope George the Hatchet Man is upstairs. Not that I wish ill on George or hope that he's dead, but I kind of want his hatchet. So, I mean, last time he drank lantern fuel and was just waiting for us up there. Another toque.
End up being useful.
And, you know, if you could just fork it over with the hatchet, George, we would have a way to defend ourselves from the potential angry puppies. Mean puppies. More newsprint. And sardines. Well, we can at least have a fine dinner of sardines. We got a couple cans and we can get to those without an opener. So we're not going to starve today. At least not yet. I mean, we're not going to starve today. That's the one thing we can say. Today, we will not starve. If only we were playing Don't Starve, I mean, we'd basically be winning. Nothing. Toaster. Can opener? Come on, give me... Gotta be a can opener somewhere. There's a pot. No can opener. What kind of savage lives in a place with no can openers? Nothing on those shelves at all. Man, this place is barren. In the microwave. Not even a cold cup of coffee this time. Shit, the Clash must have caught on to the fact that I was sort of bagging on them, and my punishment, no more cold coffee for me as a result. It's empty microwaves henceforth. Anything in the oven? Not a damn thing. What about this cabinet? Still nothing, alright. This whole kitchen is barren. We have found absolutely nothing in this kitchen.
I can use this.
Arrakis, desert planet, dune. Completely devoid of all life. If only we had a weirding module, and our name was a killing word. We could, woo Sean Young, and everything would be great forever, because 80s Sean Young was the hot Sean Young, it was before she went completely insane.
This stuff will come in handy.
Ah, the Wiley can opener. You're right in the will come in handy, lady. You finally nailed one. The Wiley can opener is ours. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We stalked him in his natural habitat, and we have brought the elusive can opener to bay. The little bowl, we're going to train him down. He'll be tamed and made a useful member of society before being rehabilitated and released back into the wild. More empty shelves. In this cabinet here, anything at all, sir? Anything. Not a damn thing. Something under this couch. Get another book. Apparently books are only good for burning in the apocalypse. Fuck that book learning. We ain't got to read. We don't need none of that stuff. You get a book in an apocalypse, you gonna use that to start yourself a fire, man. You'll be glad you got it. Books and books burn real good, man. Real good. I don't know why I became sort of a rednecky there. It just sort of seemed like the appropriate voice for somebody who would burn a book. Or, you could be, oh, there it is. We're probably going to have to wear that. It's a fashion crime. I mean, there's no two ways about it. It's a fashion crime. But, we're going to have to wear it. Wool long underwear. We're slapping that on. Hello, Under Armour. Anything on this shelf? Not a damn thing. Nothing under the bed. Man, yet again, I mean, despite bringing the elusive can opener to bay, more grape soda. Folks around here are big fans of, like, the knee-high grape and whatnot. Telling you, it must be huge in Canada. Me, I'm sticking with the 5.2 gallons of, or 0.52 gallons of toilet water, rather. To each his own. I mean, you can have your bathroom grape sodas. I'm going to have my bathroom toilet water. Anything? Nope. Alright, well, it's just the medicine shelf, and we did not find a hatchet or a dead guy in this house. We'll continue on then. We do have one other house to raid, and we are encumbered, so it would be a good spot to maybe stop and stash some supplies. Like somebody had a bowl of ramen noodles. They could have left us a bite. Jerks. No, I'm eating all of my ramen. All 9 packages. You can't have any. That's like 7 times your daily allotment of sodium in 9 packages of ramen, but we're also almost out of calories. We really kind of need to cook ourselves some food. We do have a fish and some deer that we found. More reishi mushrooms. Pick those up as well. Any other ones? Nope, just the one. And this is probably going to be the last house we loot. Then we may, with our remaining hours, forge a little firewood and have a nice little fire and cook ourselves some dinner. And let that be the end of our first day. Found a pair of mittens. That's good. We'll probably wind up wearing those. I don't think we had anything on our hands. Which, I mean, that's just for someone who lives in Canada, completely foolish. Some free firewood. That's good. Check this cabinet over here.
Best be prepared for anything.
I'm not sure that worthless pair of shoes is, counting as prepared for anything. More newspapers, always welcome. Nothing over there. Nothing on the coffee table. Not even coffee. A fire log. That's sweet. The fire logs are fantastic finds. More wooden matches. We'll take them. There is a fireplace here, so this is probably definitely where we'll be spending the night. But we will try to salvage some firewood as opposed to burning any of the firewood that we currently have. Or that fire log. That fire log is enormously valuable because they really let you start fires kind of out on the go. You can burn one of those with almost just you can basically just start one with nothing more than a match. They have a huge bonus for fire starters, and I can't help but notice that we have
This will come in handy.
quite a few fewer matches than we had previously as well. Then again, we haven't really scavenged nearly as many locations either. But less food, fewer matches, nothing in the microwave. Wouldn't mind finding another can opener, just Some cardboard matches. Cabinet
I'll
here.
take it.
Water purification tablets. Pretty useful. And then what's in a stove? Anything? Wouldn't mind finding a little raw food here. Nope. In the fridge? Anything? Come on, fridge. Go like full-on Pee Wee Herman for me and give me a nice smile and then cough some food out at me. Or be completely empty. Was the fridge on Pee Wee Herman a talking thing, or am I confusing the refrigerator with the big blue chair? I'm pretty sure I'm confusing the refrigerator with the big blue chair on Pee Wee Herman's. The chair always seems so polite and friendly. That's how I imagine my refrigerator. If my refrigerator, like my personal refrigerator in my house, if it had a personality, I assume its personality would basically be that of Cherry from Pee Wee's Playhouse. Still want this cast iron skillet, too. Give me the cast iron, man. That shit's expensive. That's good cookware. Cotton long undies. That cast iron skillet, though, that's top shelf cookware, man. You can do some fantastic dishes with that. The great thing about the cast iron skillet, of course, when you're cooking, you can, like pan sear or something, get it nice and good, get a good crisp sear on it so it's got a nice thick skin. And then if you want it to still remain juicy and tender, once you're done, what you do is after you've got the pan sear to seal in the juices, you can just take that skillet, that cast iron skillet, and chuck that bad boy right in the oven. Just straight in, and then bake it for the rest of the way home to get that delicious, all-encompassing flavor. Cast iron cookware, folks. It's
pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Oh, quit your whining. We'll stash some of our meager supplies here very shortly. And then probably spend the rest of our day salvaging, foraging for firewood. Some more potable water, potent potables. Alex Trebek would be yelling at me right now. What is toilet water, Alex? What is toilet water? Oh, this wool socks. We'll take them. Another book to burn. Some painkillers and Summit soda. We didn't find any lantern fuel here, so at least this person was not taking lantern fuel and going with the regional Canadian cocktail of lantern fuel and a handful of painkillers. So kudos in that respect, sir. Nicely done. Let's find a convenient cabinet. We're very badly encumbered, so we're going to stash what we can, and then we're going to go do a little bit of firewood foraging. First things first, though. It's all about our warmest of clothes. So this winter coat is in fantastic shape and is dramatically warmer than what we have. We're going to put that on. What's our warmest hat? Are you warmer? No. So this toque is probably our best bet in the hat department. It is. Got a nice pair. We're going to put on those cotton long underwear. They seem warmer. Better pair of socks. Those on. This sweater is worse than what we're wearing. We got our warmest pair of jeans. We have nothing on our hands, so let's get some mittens on there. We're wearing a pair of terrible shoes? Okay, that's not good. A thin wool sweater, which we'll avoid. What are you? Wool long underwear. Well, those are warmer, so those are going on. We have no better socks. The cotton socks are our best socks. I find that hard to believe, frankly. We have not found a better pair of shoes. These have got to be warmer. Nope, because they're in terrible shape. So we're wandering around in a pair of trainers. These are our best shoes. Useless in the great outdoors. That's the best we can do, folks. That's the best we can do. All right, well, let's stash our cabinet here full of our sundries, I suppose. Anything we're not wearing currently is going to go in this cabinet. And this is probably not going to get us that close to our goal of unencumbered. Wouldn't mind finding a better pair of gloves as well. So there go our socks. What else have we got that's really heavy? I assume this water is going to be... Yeah, we got a lot of water. Let's get most of this over. And then we'll just take a tiny bit back. Take a third of a gallon. That's going to considerably lighten our load. What else can we offload here? This is all we've got for food. Holy shit, burgers. We're in bad shape. All right, so we have... Where did we get a fishing hook? I guess we started with a fishing hook. Wood matches a road flare. None of this stuff is particularly heavy, actually. I gotta assume it's the wood then that's weighing us down. We got... Yeah, it's the wood is actually quite heavy. So let's offload all of our wood. That's got us well under. Any other tools? Nope. Okay. None of this stuff is heavy at all. We'll just hang on to all that. How much time have we got left? 2 hours of daylight. So we're going to spend a little over 2 hours foraging then. What's our warmth bonus? It's 36 degrees in here. Feels like 52, which is cold, but not desperately so. We're going to be very hungry. You know what? We should have eaten something. We only have 400 calories. Let's see if we have... Do I have any food on me? I do. I'm going to eat a tin of sardines before we forage, just to get us enough calories that we can afford to forage some wood and cook something a little better. So let's step right out here, just kind of in the shelter of the house, foraging some wood. We're going to get 1 tinder plug. Those take forever. Let's get 2 softwoods and 2 hardwoods. That's going to put us right at the limit for our calorie. We have... Oh, it's going to take forever because we don't have any hatchets, but it has to be done. This will also let us put a little stockpile of wood. We can leave kind of an emergency wood pile out here. 1 tinder plug, 2 cedar firewood. Okay, we did all right. We're starving and dehydrated. Fantastic.
Where can I find something to eat?
Well, it's in your inventory, gal. Just, you know, kind of slow your roll. We're going to drink some of this water to get rid of our dehydration. You know what? We just need calories. I don't want to drink a soda when I'm not dehydrated. You know what? Here you go. Eat this granola bar just to tide you over. That'll keep you from starving to death while we cook this fish. Do we have any other food that would benefit from being cooked? The answer is not really. We could heat up this coffee and tea, but the tea I'm going to save. Coffee is calories? It probably fights fatigue as well, I would assume. You know what? We'll probably hang on to the coffee. Let's cook that fish. It's really our only kind of super store of calories, and man, it is dark. Where's the fireplace? I can't see anything. Here? There's the fireplace. So we have... I don't want to use a book. Cedar firewood with no accelerant and a cardboard match. 88%. I'm just looking to see what our crummiest matches are. These cardboard matches. So let's try... I don't want to... waste a tinder plug. Let's try it. We're 70%. That's pretty good. 7 out of 10. That's what, solid C+. Solid C average, I guess, here. Don't let me down, fire. Come on. Be a friend to us. Treat us like you did Tom Hanks, so we can shout about crowing, "We have made fire!" We don't want to let Wilson down. I mean, that would be a tragedy. Please don't make me let Wilson down. I don't want to disappoint my volleyball friend. There we go. Looking good. We have made fire! Delightful. Excellent. So let's throw some fir firewood onto that. Bam. Got 2 hours and 20 minutes of fire. Let's get cooking. We could heat up some tomato soup. We could also heat up pork and beans. We're going to cook this fish first. Cook me a smallmouth bass. Skin and all. At this point, I'm starving enough. I'm going to eat the whole damn thing. There we go. We got our bass. Do I want to heat up anything? Let's see how many calories we get from the bass. I've actually never eaten a smallmouth bass before. Well, no, I mean, you know, holy cow, there are a ton of calories. We're actually not going to eat hardly anything else. That bass really took care of our calorie needs. If we could catch 1 smallmouth bass a day, we'd be starving to death. But still. We're a little thirsty. You know what? I think what we'll do, let's just drink a can of soda. It's 250 extra calories. Yeah, let's drink a can of soda. That's going to put us pretty good from a calorie standpoint, at least good enough that we can wake up tomorrow morning and sort of do the whole breakfast thing. We'll stash our extra. We're going to stash our extra wood over here. We don't want to be carrying that around because, again, it is kind of heavy. So we'll keep you... Actually, I'd like to keep 1 fir fire log and 1 cedar fire log, and then other things we would need. So let's put books. We'll keep 1 book in case of an emergency. Put 5 of our newspapers here. That seems pretty reasonable. We've got a good sortie of fire supplies and everything we would need to make 1 extra fire here for when we come back, if we need to. Could leave some matches behind, might be merit in that. The water, I think, we'll stash. We've got plenty of water, and I'm actually about to make more. For once, I'm not going to waste my firelight. We got 1 hour and 52 minutes here, so I'm going to melt some snow. Let's melt. Let's see if we can do a whole gallon. Curious how long this is going to take. 8 hours of darkness left. 7 hours of darkness left. We're not going to sleep a whole lot. We have 34 minutes of fire. We're not going to be able to boil that whole gallon. I bet we can boil 0.4 gallons of it.
If I don't rest soon, I'm gonna faint.
You'll be fine. You just had a soda. Come on, that caffeine should be hitting your nervous system. 18 more minutes. You know what? Yeah, let's boil some more. We'll get as much potable water as we can, and we'll stash it here after we drink it. Our fire's going out. There we go. All right, good. We're solid on water. Let's go back to our supply cabinet here. We'll put everything we need into the supply cabinet, everything we don't want in our inventory into the supply cabinet. Really, that's just going to be water. So we'll add 1.2 gallons of potable water. Transfer all of that. Actually, we'll get rid, because we don't want to carry around. Water is heavy. We don't want to be carrying around unusable water. And I'm going to take back... That looks good. That'll give us something to drink in the morning. Are we thirsty now? A little bit. Also a little hungry. But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. I'm going to, if I can find the bed, head to it. It is very dark in here. Bedroom? Are you the bed? You are the bed. All right. So we're going to sleep. Actually, before we do that, how long we've got? 6 hours of darkness left. I think a nice 6 hours would be good. You know what? Let's splurge a little. Now, you know what? I want to conserve the calories. We're only going to rest 6 hours. And with that taken care of, all tucked in for the night, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Right now, of course, we'll just end it as soon as the dog stops walking. There we go. So we've survived 17 hours and 30 minutes, and that's going to be it for today. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support really does mean a lot to me. And again, my sincere apologies about being forced to restart the series. That's entirely unplanned. Didn't have anything to do with it. Just that's part and parcel with playing an alpha, folks. That's part of the whole gig. If you'd like to see more of our Long Dark play, as we sort of try and scrape back to where we were, consider subscribing as well. New episodes posted every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.